everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thank you, Sammy. Around 4 a.m. on August 23rd, 1987, the crew on board a 75-car, 6,000-ton Union Pacific freight train, more than a mile long and traveling... You said this was a page and a half?
Yes, I gave bare minimum on it.
Because you know this is going to be a discussion?
Yes.
I don't like the fact that I know this without even going to the fact that we're in Little Rock, Arkansas. They were en route to Little Rock, Arkansas. Spotted two boys lying motionless on the track, about 300 feet ahead. Members of the locomotive crew also would state later that the bodies were partially covered by a green tarp, though cops dispute this evidence and it had never been recovered. Nearby was a .22 rifle and a flashlight. The boys did not move, despite the sound and vibration of the approaching train, its emergency brake and its air horn blowing. More than 1,000 feet of decelerating train crossed the path where the bodies lay, before it came to a stop. The train crew reported the incident to railroad and law enforcement authorities. By 4:40 a.m., the police had arrived. The bodies were later identified as 16-year-old Don Henry and 17-year-old Kevin Ives. The boys reportedly left home about midnight to go hunting. The gun and flashlight suggested that they were spotlighting, which is a hunting technique where you use the flashlight to scan and then blind game, and then you shoot them. It is generally illegal. The state medical examiner, Fahmy Malik, ruled the deaths an accident and the result of marijuana intoxication. Oh, this is going to be a discussion. Saying that the boys had smoked the equivalent of 20 marijuana cigarettes and fell asleep on the tracks. The parents did not and do not accept these findings and conducted their own investigation into this. In March 1988, James Garrett of San Antonio, Texas, offered a second opinion and was skeptical of the findings about marijuana. A second autopsy by Georgia medical examiner Joseph Burton found the equivalency of 1 or 2 marijuana cigarettes, not 20. A grand jury ruled the death a probable homicide. When it was found that Don Henry's shirt contained evidence of a stab wound to the back and Kevin Ives' skull may have been crushed by his own rifle, the ruling was changed to definite homicide. The best theory given about the boy's death, believed by Linda Ives, involved drug trafficking. The theory is that the boys were murdered after witnessing a drug drop from an airplane. That was it.
That was it.
Well, because then we go into an Indonesian serial killer, which I'm fairly certain has nothing to do with Bill Clinton's Arkansas.
Nope.
Arkansas.
The
Boys on the Track is a huge, absolutely mind-bogglingly big, not necessarily conspiracy theory, but it is a case. It is an unsolved murder, or unsolved murders, rather, that everyone and their mother has an opinion on.
Yep.
Anyone who has ever even dabbled in true crime, be it because they like listening to the True Crimes podcasts, or because they themselves find it interesting, or you're just scrolling on TikTok and you happen to fucking find one, because they are in the wild a lot. Where this is the truth. God, I fucking hate Nuke Top 5's voice. That's the guy that talks like this. I do have a lot of opinions on this myself. In fact, hilariously, The Boys on the Track is one of those things, because you don't bring up the fact that not Jesse Ventura, it might have been Jesse Ventura, I don't think it was, though. Wrestler, a few years back, a wrestler came forward saying that he was actually
Yeah, it wasn't Jesse Ventura, but he was an unknown...
It wasn't that he was an unknown wrestler. He had been around for a while.
Yeah.
But that he was actually part of the security detail for the coke drop that that the boys came across and he killed. Or not he personally. But, you know, that's kind of been unverified and also kind of suspect.
Totally.
But there is the thing that there is so much to this that there is hours we could go on when it comes to, like, for the longest time. I knew it because of
Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved Mysteries. And then so much more happens even after that Unsolved Mysteries thing, because Linda Ives has always been working this case. Like,
yes,
you know,
it's his
and
mom.
I know there's a lot, like, literally no one around believes they smoked 20 marijuana cigarettes and then took a nap.
They only got that off of one boy. That's the thing, is that they weren't even able to test the other boy.
But what's interesting is Malik is known to be shit at his job.
Yes.
But what's even funnier, and I didn't know this until, I know there's also semi-verified. I don't know how the claims are, if it's one of those, someone made something up, and then it just got roped into the...
folklore.
Yeah. Because it has this really does constitute one of the few things, and a lot of unsolves will grow into almost a folklore level.
Yeah.
You know, this is a Taylor Swift album. Because, you know, Fami Malik actually was shit at his job, and not even just on this thing. Before this, he had been called out for it. Afterwards, he had been called out on different things for it.
Yeah, but politicians kept doubling down and giving him better jobs.
Well, and that's the thing that I didn't actually know until, it was either, True Crime Garage.
I think it was True Crime Garage.
Or the Casual Criminalist episode. Or it might have been Decoding the Unknown. I think it was the Casual Criminalist.
I remember it off of True Crime Garage.
That's actually, while I was working at Burn is when I was listening to it. I needed to not listen to True Crimes podcasts while working solo overnight shifts. At 2 a.m. when they're going, and then the murderer went to the gas station and shot the clerk. They shot the clerk.
They shot the clerk?
They shot the clerk! Where, you know, Alabama senator at the time, or governor at the time, Bill Clinton.
He wasn't Alabama, that was Arkansas.
I did say Alabama, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm in Arkansas. You know, his mother was linked personally to Malik. Which I didn't know.
No, I forgot about that.
And again, it's one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, but a politician, you know, will be linked to everything. It's why the Hillary Clinton kill list, I always find kind of dubious, because it's like, she's been a public figure for 40 years, you know. You can't really lump in, hey, this one guy she met one time at a party died. Clearly, it was a Clinton kill.
Right.
But I do also think that anyone who has that much time in a powerful position
probably has a kill list.
Probably has a kill list. I mean, Biden made the crime bill, so think about the size of his kill list.
I know.
I'm sorry, that was a bit more conservative than I usually am. I don't like politicians, period. It's not a left or a right thing. I don't like authority figures. Back to the Boys on the Track. So there are tertiary links to Clinton, and especially, if I remember rightly, I think it's like 30 miles away from this is a very famous cartel-run airfield.
Yes.
That did have points where suddenly the flight logs would be changed or non-existent when there was a black flight going through. Or what the hell is it called?
Dark flight.
Is it a dark flight?
I think so.
It's something along those lines, like.
Anyways.
But, you know, and it was, you know, they had FBI investigation, so we know that there was a huge drug trafficking. It was the Delta hub of drugs. So we know that, you know, So obviously, yeah, why wouldn't, that is the most logical solution, would be they were killed and then put on the track. Whether there was a green tarp on it or not doesn't really matter.
Right.
Or it does but doesn't. Because the reason that it does totally matter is the police themselves bungled the fuck through this.
Yes, they
Something
did.
not brought up in our thing is they found one of their arms like a week later.
Yes.
With how shit the police went through.
Yeah, it was somebody walking
Or
the
his
tracks.
foot or something like
Something
that.
like that. They found a body part.
Yeah, the clues were still being found, weeks later. And it wasn't like, 100, it wasn't a quarter mile down the track we found a foot. It was, this is the area, what the hell?
Yeah.
Which then, but as you know, as anyone knows, especially listening to any sort of true crime or even just a general passing knowledge of true crime, police are incompetent. Now, I know that is a hard blanket statement to make, but when it comes to the true crime stuff.
Yeah, catch-20. It's a hindsight.
It is. It's one of those. It's sort of, again, I always love bringing up, Dahmer being pulled over with 3 duffel bags of bodies, or 3 trash bags of bodies in his back seat.
Edmund Kemper was pulled over with the broken taillight while having 2 bodies in his trunk.
That were, a
Fresh
foot,
killed.
a foot and a half away from the officer who's
Yeah.
like, hey, your taillight's busted, buddy.
Yep.
There is so much that it's like, well, yeah, in hindsight, looking back and going, but all they needed to do was this. Yeah, but at the time, it's very easy to go, why would he open the trunk to see the bodies if his taillight's busted? Now, in our defense, what would have happened is me or you probably would have, give me 5 seconds, smack the taillight a couple times, and it would have turned back on.
Yep.
So, seeing how bungled the police investigation is, and even some of the things stated about the what the hell is the head officer called? The
detective?
No.
Chief?
The chief was also pretty much turning around and going, look, Malik said that it was the marijuana. It's the marijuana. And every stoner on the planet going, well, yeah, smoking 20 marijuana cigarettes could definitely make you want to lay down.
But we wouldn't lay down in an uncomfortable spot.
Especially if we have a green tarp. And, you know what I mean? It's like, I've laid on train tracks. I've done photo shoots where I've had people lay on train tracks.
Yeah.
It's a cool visual. Because you get to see the long stretch of it, But on a comfort level, there's no comfort level.
There's no comfort level.
And especially if these kids are already comfortable in the woods or whatnot, you know what I mean? They're going to easily turn around and just be like, I'm going to lay against this tree for a second. Or lay the tarp down and then lay on the tree.
Right.
There's so much that it's like, weed can make you do stupid things. Any drug can. Any caffeine can. Anything can make you, there's always that little asterisk attached to most any human thing that people do. Where it's like, you can be stupid.
Yeah.
However, again, it's the Occam's razor thing. Where, what's more probable? The dudes got high. Let's say they smoked 20 marijuana cigarettes. Joints. We're going to call them joints from now on.
Okay.
Okay? Now, they smoked 20 marijuana cigarettes. Are they sitting on the tracks while smoking them? Doubtful. Because they were spotlight hunting and everything like that.
Yeah.
Why would they go to the track to lay down? If you're so doped out of your mind
Right.
that you're tired and you want to take a nap, you're 2 country boys. You're going to go, I'ma just lean here, or I'ma sit here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to go to the tracks. And if you're out hunting, you won't go to the tracks because animals don't like going near them because when...
Yeah, they are, it's sort of...
It's like a dead zone.
Kind of. Just like, despite New York, a lot of animals rarely go towards roads.
Right.
I mean, again, if you grew up in New York or probably any, wood thing, it's like, but I've hit like 20 deers in my life. That's because deers are fucking stupid. They are homicidal beasts that will kamikaze into you because they want you dead. But
Wrap up.
The wrapping up is, there is so much on this case, and I think this is definitely one that I would love us to do an overkilling on, because there is so much.
There is, but it's so much.
There's so much. It's sort of like the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Yes.
There is so much to give you, and this is a terrible way to phrase it, give you investigator blue balls. Because it's like, hey, Malik over here is totally incompetent and shit, and even the investigators after the fact, were like, well, no, there's no way that he got these findings on that day properly. Then you also have, wow, we know that there's this heavy drug area over here. We know that he has, you know what I mean? There's so much, almost, what's that thing where it's
Circular?
Not circular. Does start with a C, though. It's, circumstantial.
No, there we go.
There's so much circumstantial. Like, I didn't even bring up the fact that apparently people saw the boys being hassled by cops earlier that day.
Yep.
There was also allegedly a mysterious stranger walking, mysterious vagrant walking around. There's so much that I would love us to do an overkilling on this, but it would also kind of be structured like this, where it is just, here's a bullet point, let's talk about it. Here's a bullet point,
let's talk about it.
And maybe we'll do that. But if you want us to, you should definitely do the Patreon thing. And by the Patreon thing, I mean donate to our Patreon, so we'll actually talk about the boys on the track more. If you definitely want to see us do something a lot more rigid on this, please donate to the Patreon. It is going to be on the list, but the list for overkilling is long right now. And please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Although our Facebook is probably our most active spot right now, because screw TikTok. I'm kidding. We don't have a lot of good we have ideas for the TikTok, but it's not like...
No, I've been taking clips from different shows and putting them up.
And some of them are hilarious. And some of them are never before heard. And if you want to hear some of those uncut things in context, also on our Patreon is unedited episodes of this. And debunking and all that when those come out. So please, donate today. $1 can save a life. By that I mean my own. I need to pay rent. Help me. And with that, I'm AJ Carey.
I'm Sam Rossi. Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the wheel of randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.